In a world where the struggle for survival takes center stage, where we wake up every day striving to achieve our various aspirations, some men and women have been able to beat the odds and rise above circumstances to attain excellence and remind us that though we may all be ordinary people, there is a hero in every one of us. This is a story of such outstanding people, our heroes.
My name is Michael Sunbola. I'm a sustainable food system activist, a legal practitioner, a humanitarian, and I'm also the president, executive director, founder of the Lagos Food Bank Initiative. What we do is we work using the integrated food banking system to help curb food waste and also improve the nutrition of pregnant women and children in vulnerable communities that we serve. We also act as a frontline agency assisting those struggling with hunger and malnutrition in more than 136 communities. Basically, what people ask, why start the food bank? What led you to starting the Lagos Food Bank? So for me, there are two factors. First is the fact that there's a whole huge food gap in our society, and the gap is so much that people go to bed hungry. There are several families who can't access food, disposable income is low, and there's food inflation. And coupled with the fact that more than 60% of our population live on less than $2 per day. And aside from that, of all of this, I also had my own share of what food insecurity seems like. Growing up in a family of 5 children, parents didn't have this steady means of income, so there were times we went to bed hungry, there were times we went to school with no food. There were times that we had to also go on the street to fend for ourselves, to make ends meet. And growing up with this challenge, it was quite an unpleasant one, I must say. Growing up with this experience and all of that, it kind of built that need, that how do I put it now, the desire to want to create this ripple effect of change as well, because I know that several families are still going through this. So the first is, say, the school feeding program. Each time I remember how much time I went to school with no breakfast, and I could hardly concentrate in class. I almost didn't like school as a child. It was just by the grace of God, and we see now that several kids could probably just lose interest in school because their parents couldn't really afford to feed them. We identify low-cost private schools. These private schools are schools where their parents pay at least 100 naira per day for their school fees, and low-income parents. And then we identify the school across Lagos and we serve them 3 times a week. So with these kids, the attendance rate in their classes have increased. Their level of concentration has increased. They are more interested in school, and they look forward to these meals that we serve them. And we don't just do it one-off, we do it 3 times every week. Another program we have is for women who are interested in making ends meet. They want to earn their income with dignity rather than get handouts from the Lagos Food Bank. So we identify these women and we teach them on how to start a backyard farm in their houses. We faced a whole lot of challenges that, in fact, I had to ask myself over and over again, like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, am I even doing the right thing? So some of the challenges we had was funding, but because people saw that we were consistent at that early stage, they kept committing their resources to it. Little drops of funds, 5,000, 1,000, 2,000, and they kept on coming like that.
Because basically, these schools are low-cost schools. When we say low-cost schools, we mean like they pay 15 naira, 100 naira per day for their students to attend class, or just about an average of 7,000, 8,000 per term. So most of the time, the setback we get to have is just being a bit skeptical about the program, that nothing is actually free. So how come you guys are giving our children this food? And you know they are children again. So some parents are always very careful that, oh, I don't want anything being offered to my child and all that.
Looking forward or looking into the future, we are looking at the possibility of scaling this across the nation. We are seeing the possibility of, branding to become a food bank Nigeria. We are currently running a network of local food banks, which I call the partners that we have. The name of that is Food Bank Network Nigeria. But what we do currently is totally at no cost to people, and we do it in good faith to meet the needs of vulnerable population.
I was amazed that, okay, so we have this type of schools around, we have this type of level of malnutrition and all that. I mean, we're not in the north. You expect that Lagos, that is the economic backbone of the country, is going to be doing better.
Okay, so I'll start by saying that there's this saying that you have not lived until you have done something for someone who cannot pay you back. In our own little bubble, in our own space, with our little income, there are things that we can do for people. We can be change makers. We can be a light, in our community, in our society, in our space, in our family. It doesn't have to be thousands of people. If you cannot feed 100, feed one.
The children are always very excited when they see us around. I mean, there's even a particular school. It's like, you guys know we are coming now. We come these certain days of the week. Every single day they see us, they scream, and they are so excited about the fact that they get to have a free meal in school.
That's our own mantra. If you have done something for someone, that person remembers that thing and carries it on or pay it forward. So we have a role to play, and the role we are here for, what we are here on earth for, right? It's not just for us to live, survive, go to school, have family, have money, and then die. The purpose of our life is much more bigger than that. My name is Michael Sunbola. I am the president founder Lagos Food Bank Initiative. We have not lived until we've done something for someone who can never pay us back. It is not over until it's over, and it can never be over for someone who is a change maker.